Yeah, the boys are going to the march, the memorial march. Yew! We all going to the memorial march, guys, just waiting. So we all gonna catch up and then we meet up at the church. So this Memorial Day is for commemorating all the people who have died in construction. From what I'm hearing, the EBA industry holding their own. They haven't had any incidents on their sides. So this is also the most support for all the other jobs that are not EBA, and also to encourage all the other stakeholders who haven't signed up to the EBA to be able to uphold their end. So yeah, this is what it is, and I'll show you once we get to the other side. So we're marching. This is Taba Street. So this is all the foam workers, the glaziers, the crane crew. We've got the sparkies, the plumbers and the electricians. They're gonna have theirs tomorrow, Monday. Theirs will be on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the procession. It's reached Central Station. Right now it is this is a rush hour. It's a rush hour, guys. So, the procession continues. This is 205 Pearl Street, Usher Street. So this is the memorial for the Anzac, fallen heroes of the Anzac. The diggers of the Anzac will be Thursday, guys. Will be Anzac as the boys and women proceed. The procession continues. Phew. So this is the cathedral where we are all going to converge. Obviously there's still more people coming, so we're gonna wait for the rest of the members to arrive. Obviously that's the church over there. I'm gonna take you up close and listen a little bit to the sermon and what it's all about, so we can get the gist of it. Going to church. So this is where the mass is going to be, guys. Going in. This is the mass going to take place. So we're just now converging. Obviously trying to organize everyone to get seated. Getting ready, guys. It's still the mass hasn't started yet. We're just marshalling everyone, getting everybody seated pretty much.
My name's Julia. I'm one of the priests here, and it is a privilege for us to share this time and space with you.
G'day everyone, I'm teaming up with Julia today. I'm Jamie. I'm also a priest here at the cathedral, although usually I don't render in 3D because I look after the online community here. And the reason that I'm teaming up with Julia is because I'm actually married to one of you. So it's a great joy for me to be able to pray with you in person because I'm always praying for you. our shared responsibility to look after the earth alongside them together.
I'm Jane Ingham, CFMEU Queensland Northern Territory Branch Assistant Secretary to stay.
Thanks very much. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, pay my respects accordingly, and acknowledge any First Nations people from this country and First Nations people from around the world that are in the church today. And also acknowledge the history of this country in that many First Nations workers who were killed on the job in servitude of bosses who had them captured in slavery in this country. We need to acknowledge that history, that sad history of our country. If we're ever going to heal and if we're ever going to unite, then we need to be honest with particular respect to the sacrifices that have come before us. Today, we come together this time every year to mourn those that have passed and to continue to pledge and re-pledge. Every worker has a right to go home to their family, to their friends. It's the most basic human right. In a country that's supposedly free, when we're treated like numbers on a computer screen and threatened with our jobs, when we don't do what the boss is asking us to do, something's wrong. Something needs to change. Every year we come together to record and remember. There's been too many. Maybe one year it's our hope this can happen. We don't have to read statistics. There's no crosses here on this front table. That's the pledge that we all need to make. Every single one of us in this room, in this church. See, workers' lives are not for profit. We chant that sometimes at union rallies, don't we? They're not for profit. But unfortunately the systems and the power in this country treats workers and their lives and their livelihoods like it is for profit. It has to change. Meet families under the worst of circumstances, forged relationships and friendships with people over the years in the worst of circumstances. Any of them that I've ever looked at in these incidents, there's always a series of events that have led up to it, things that could have been prevented, things that were missed, corners that were cut, and it's led to a tragedy. It is always preventable. It's never an accident. You hear things like operator error, workers' error. That's just the system, and that's just the people with the power and the privilege and the laws on their side, dodging the responsibility, making a scapegoat out of the most vulnerable people on a building site, which are the workers. It's not good. I want to pay particular acknowledgement to the affected families that are here today, and to the ones that couldn't make it. You give us inspiration. When you continue to turn out and participate and lobby government and fight for justice so that your loved ones' legacy remains and their lives are not lost in vain, you give us inspiration. I wish we could meet under better circumstances. I wish we didn't get to know each other under these circumstances. Maybe one day, as I said, we can come to an event like this and remember the people that have been lost in previous years, but not that last 12 months. That's my great hope. Workplace fatalities in the state of Queensland. 27 of them were workers on the job. Shamefully, 10 people who weren't even part of that workplace died as innocent bystanders to the workplace. And in the industries that we look after and represent, in construction and manufacturing, very sadly there's been 11 fatalities. There's been 4,000 dust-related disease deaths in the last 12 months. Silica, asbestos, etc. 4,000. And if ever a government wants to bring a royal commission in this country, and that one's pretty obvious to me. Why is this continuing to happen? Why are we continuing to have the same amount of deaths, particularly for asbestos-related diseases, as we did the year before? Why is that number not coming down? Something has to change in this country. The way I've said, the ones who've got the power to stop this and don't, governments, regulators, they've got blood on their hands. They know the problem's by now. We need better laws, we need a regulator who's going to do their job and not treat employers like their clients. We need industrial manslaughter laws to not only be prosecuted, we've got them now, who wash their hands of responsibility when they contract out to the builders and subbies, putting workers' lives at risk. What we do know is that the best protection for people is people. It's us. It's when we come together and we stand beside each other and we refuse to do things that are unsafe for the job, no matter the consequences. We refuse to bow down to the threats of being given no overtime or worse, getting sacked. When people come together and protect each other and we get behind good, strong union structures on the job, health and safety committees, HSRs that are elected by workers not appointed by bosses. When we back our delegates in and back our organisers in, what we know, and this is a fact, is that you're a higher chance of going home to your family after that shift. It's not union spin to say that union sites are safe sites. The stats speak for themselves. You all know that. It's not niggle or nitpick every time something gets pulled up on the job. You hear that, don't you, sometimes? That's what they carry on with. Well, we know the results speak for themselves, and we know there's a good chance we're going home to our family that afternoon. And so, again, today is the day when we remember those tragically that have passed. And one thing I didn't mention was, it's going to be mentioned in a moment, the workers that we've lost in the past 12 months from our industry in relation to mental health. It's touched many of us personally in the last 12 months there as well. We mourn those that have passed, and we pledge to fight for the living. Thank you.
I now am going to invite Nick Thompson, CEO of Constraction, to come forward and speak next.
So the mass is over, guys.